Alrighty, howdy, everybody. Radio Tekkers rapid review: Manchester City 5, Arsenal nil. Uh, Good God, Mags. Good God. Let's talk about it. Alrighty, everybody. I am Tanner, aka the Text Gentleman, and of course, joined with me here today, the Podfather himself, Mags.
That's how you get an intro, Chris.
Yeah. Mags, Arsenal, woeful, terrible. Um,
There's not enough synonyms in the world to describe how terrible Arsenal were. Lackluster, toothless, men against boys, everything, and all of the above. It was horrific. This is a team, Tanner, that not 12 months ago we were talking about being part of a European Super League, being among the best of the best in Europe, and now they are rock bottom. Lost the
yeah,
first, lost the first three matches. That's the first time since 1954 they've scored 0 goals, conceded 9, and you cannot see where they pick up a point. You really can't. It's I mean, we like to poke fun at Arsenal. They are very much a whipping boy for us at Radio Tekkers. But as a neutral fan, I am worried for Arsenal. This is one of the big six in the league, and they're getting capitulated by every team. Then you cannot see where they pick up a win. You can't see how they get out of this kind of hole that they're in.
well, it's not even the big teams, right? Brentford, who just got promoted,
Destroyed them.
put them to the sword. They absolutely
Mm-hmm.
dominated Arsenal on day one, which is very worrisome. We joke about it, and Matt in our little team chat, uh, he did predict a 2-0 to Arsenal win
For the second game in a row.
for the second game in a row. Yes, but that was not the case here, Mags. It didn't happen.
And it was kind of put to bed within 12 minutes when,
Mm.
first of all, Gundogan, who had no right winning that ball, when he was surrounded by defenders 6 to 7 inches taller than him, and he was able to get the header at the back post.
Hmm.
uh, Absolutely shocking. I mean, this is another another team where the City didn't really play with a dedicated striker. I mean, I know they had Jesus on, but he was still in that kind of floating role. And Ferran Torres popped up with 2 amazing goals. It was shocking. This how this Arsenal team had the audacity to say that they've played 90 minutes of football is beyond me. And then the only one who actually shows any passion is Granit Xhaka, and that's because he's trying to kill people. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And our fear for the Arsenal team. You've got the likes of Aubameyang, who clearly was one to wear, but you can't even blame him for this result because he was so isolated up there up front on his own. The Man City team just pinned back Arsenal for 85 out of 90 minutes. There were periods in the game, Tanner, when the stats were coming up and Man City had the ball 97% of each 5 minute sector. That's ridiculous. There were times where Arsenal had 9 men in the box and Man City were just passing around looking for an opening. 50, 60, 70 passes without an attempt at winning the ball. You just cannot see where this Arsenal team is going to pick up a win. And there was talk earlier in the week about Arteta maybe getting 5 games to prove his worth. I don't
Yep.
think. I think that's 5 games where you're losing 5 more chances at 3 points. I think he goes now. He has to go now. Otherwise, you're going to get to a point where there's no comeback. If you're 7 games into the season with 0 points and 21 goals scored against, that's a hard hill to climb. I mean, they're already at no points, 3 games in. Do you want to give this guy another four games, or do you just say no? This Arteta experiment hasn't worked. It's not going to work.
Well, and here's the thing that gets me right is you talked about Granit Xhaka jumping in with a terrible, terrible tackle. This is a former captain of Arsenal, somebody who was supposed to be a representative of the club. Our Arsenal now have 10 red cards since Arteta's campaign as manager began. Something that you wouldn't have seen under Arsene Wenger or Unai Emery, for that matter. Here in the States, we had Tim Howard talking about how Aubameyang was needing was needing people, like he needed support, and he needed the Arsenal players around him. But when I look at Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, I don't see a leader. I literally saw him not even jogging. I saw him standing in place after 15 minutes. There was no work rate from Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang today. He was about as useless of a player on the pitch as there possibly could be. And thank goodness Mikel Arteta actually made a positive change and brought on Lacazette instead.
I mean, even when Lacazette come on, whilst he put in more effort than Aubameyang, he was frustrated. He was isolated. There were a couple of times when Arsenal actually had the ball in the second half, punted it forward, Lacazette's on the ball, and there's nobody. There's 6-7 Man City players all surrounding Lacazette, and there's nobody from Arsenal even willing to try and put some effort in. It comes to something when Aymeric Laporte is literally on the edge of the 18-yard box lining up shots because he had nothing else to do. He had no defending to do. Edison touched the ball 4 times in the second half, and they were all from back passes. That's just shocking. I mean, I've got some stats up here. Man City had 81% of the ball.
81%. They had also 25 shots to
Arsenal's
one.
Arsenal took
one shot.
A top 6 team. Aubameyang in the side. They took one shot. This is I can't stress this enough. This was going to be a European Super League level team, and they got one shot, 0 on target. It's no corners. This is woeful, absolutely woeful.
And the highest spending club in the Premier League. This is a total waste here by Arsenal. I know that we've joked. I've actually gotten a few tweets this morning about Arsenal's relegation chances. I still think that as much as we are harsh on Arsenal, I think that it's still possibly a little I don't think they'll get relegated, but they need to do something, and they need to do something quick, because this is not good.
It's definitely not. And this is a Man City team who were strikerless. They've been in the hunt for Kane. They were in the hunt for Ronaldo until he went home. And they didn't need that striker because they still easily outclassed Arsenal for 85 of the 90 minutes and scored essentially at will. I mean, people were trying shots from distance on purpose just to see what kind of amazing goal they could pull out, because it was just men against boys. It was sad to watch a team of Arsenal's caliber, of Arsenal's history, being like this. I mean, 3 games in, Arsenal rock bottom of the league. That's scary.
I asked you last week, and I want to know if you've changed your opinion on this. If Mikel Arteta, or rather, at this point, when Mikel Arteta gets sacked, who do Arsenal bring in? How does Arsenal change this?
They need a manager who would have the respect of the locker room, because quite clearly Arteta doesn't have that. You've got their biggest player, their highest wage earner in Aubameyang, looking like he'd rather be anywhere else. You've got Granit Xhaka essentially killing Cancelo, and like I said, the 10 red cards in Arteta's short tenure as Arsenal just shows he can't control that side. So you need somebody who's got some brass balls about him. And I joked about it when you mentioned it, but I think it's coming. I'm coming round to the idea of Antonio Conte being that guy. I think he's got the mental strength to whip these guys in shape. And it's not like this Arsenal team have no quality. I mean, you're looking at Saka, you're looking at Smith Rowe, Maitland-Niles,
Martinelli.
You've got some quality, talented players there. If you can get the senior players to kind of stand up and be counted, the likes of Xhaka, the likes of Lacazette, Aubameyang, then you've got a very good high mid-table team there. But not under Arteta. Arteta has to go. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. And you can't give this guy another 5 matches because you're going to be so far behind in the league that relegation is a distinct possibility.
Mm-hmm. I absolutely agree, Mags. Well, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Manchester City 5, Arsenal 0. One of the most disastrous Arsenal matches. Ironically enough, 10 years to the day from their 8-2 defeat against Manchester United. Arsenal fans, let us know in the comments what you think. Who you think should manage Arsenal next, and how you would fix the club. Let us know. Like, share, and subscribe. We appreciate you for tuning in, and we'll see you here in just a little bit for Liverpool versus Chelsea.
Spicy.
Cream soda.
Nice. You like cream soda?
Yeah.
You're a delinquent as far as I'm concerned.
I love cream soda, mate, but it's got to be the cheap £1 shit. The good stuff's too sweet.
That makes no sense in itself. Cream soda is rank. I don't know.
It's
not lemonade,
flavor, isn't it? That's all it is.
Now I like vanilla, but I don't like cream soda. It's rank.
Well, then you're the delinquent, ain't you?